The human brain is an amazing thing. It helps us control our nervous system, stores important information, and keeps us away from dangerous situations. When we see fire, we understand it could potentially harm us if we're not careful. We can train our brain to recognize physical harm, but our brain is also capable of subconsciously protecting us from any emotional harm. People who have experienced a tragic event can simply forget about their problems without ever knowing it. This is just one way our minds protect us from ourselves. I'm sure we would all like to forget a bad experience or two. Unfortunately, my life experience has often reminded me, no matter how hard you try, there is no way you can outrun your past. What's up, people? Welcome to Ray Reviews, where I, Rayden, rain upon video games and anime with an anocly until the sun sets. Today I'll be taking a look at the anime Blue Drop. Blue Drop is a 13-episode dramatic sci-fi Yuri TV show series. It is based off a manga of the same name by Akihito Yoshitomi. The animation production here is a collaboration between BSEC and Asahi Production. The show is rated TV-14 for its violence. At the moment of this review, Sentai FILMWORKS owns the rights to Blue Drop in North America. You can buy a DVD copy of this title for about $25 in the US, or you can stream the series legally on Hulu if you're a Hulu Plus member, or on Amazon Video if you're an Amazon Prime member. Blue Drop is about Mari Watatake. She is the sole survivor of a tragedy that claimed hundreds of lives, including her parents. Mari develops amnesia due to the traumatic experience. She moves in with her rich grandmother and lives in a fairly secluded life so she can heal from her wounds. 5 years later, Mari's grandmother sends Mari off to Kaho Academy, a prestigious all-girls school, because she believes Mari would benefit more from a traditional learning environment than from homeschooling. At first, Mari hates her new life at Kaho Academy, but her attitude quickly changes after making a few new friends, including Hagano Saikonji. Hagano is the perfect student at her school. She ranks top in all her classes, is physically fit, and is beautiful to boot. Mari becomes fascinated with Hagano instantly, and soon develops romantic feelings towards Hagano. However, there is much more to Hagano than meets the eye. It would appear this is not the first time these two have met. What is Hagano trying to hide, and will she accept Mari's feelings? I hope my synopsis made sense to you, because this show is kind of all over the place. The show is basically broken down into two sections. Section 1 focuses on the everyday life of being a high schooler. Section 2 focuses on all the science fiction elements that surround Mari and Hagano. In the beginning, the anime seems to be about Mari adjusting to her new environment, which was fine with me. Mari comes off as a blunt loner who wishes to be left alone. I thought this setup would provide some good character development. Viewers would get to see Mari slowly open up to others and realize life isn't so bad with some good friends. While that basically happens here, I don't think the show did a very good job at displaying this transition. In episode 1, Mari ignores anyone who even tries to approach her, but somehow by episode 2, she's already made a best friend. And next thing you know, Mari becomes best friends with all the other girls in the dorm without much effort. I wish the show would have taken more time with showing this development, but the series was too busy trying to explain its sci-fi plot. Every so often, viewers would get a glimpse of giant spaceships and aliens. I usually enjoy shows that have a mysterious sci-fi or supernatural element to them. However, Blue Drop's plot was extremely obvious, and I figured out the mystery that surrounds Mari and Hagano within the first hour of the show. Not only is the story predictable, but it doesn't even try to do anything new. I mean, come on, amnesia? Really? I could go on about the ridiculous sci-fi plot, but I'd be giving away way too many spoilers. Let's just say I found the story to be boring and nonsensical most of the time. Character-wise, Mari comes off as a lunatic in the start. Her personality switches between nice and mean girl almost randomly. I think the writers were trying to make her a tsundere character, but they failed to even portray that image, which is kinda sad because that's one of the easiest anime archetypes to pull off. Hagano comes off as the elegant, sophisticated type. I thought she was okay, but she really didn't do anything, except be a potential love interest for the show's protagonist. She has a big role in the sci-fi part of the series, though I didn't really care for that part of the show. The rest of the characters fill in the stereotypical roles. You got the nerd, the tomboy, and the motherly figure that watches over everyone. Like I said before, this show doesn't try to do anything new, and the characters are no exception. When I started watching Blue Drop, I thought the show was made in the early 2000s due to its art direction, so you can imagine my surprise when I found out this title was made in 2007. To save money, the studio decided to do their spaceships in CG, and it looks rough to say the least. I found the anime color scheme to be dull. Nothing had a vibrant color to it. The traditional 2D animation is poor as well. The show uses certain angles so they don't have to animate as much. There are also several times where the background is frozen in time as main characters talk to one another, which always looks weird to me. There were even times where I laughed out loud because of how bad the animation was. Not only was the animation a joke, but the character designs were also unappealing to me. Each character simply matches their stereotypical role. Like, the girl with the short hair must be a tomboy, the one with glasses must be shy, and so on and so forth. Plus, something about their huge eyelashes, or whatever those are supposed to be, were just distracting to me. The lines they used to draw them are so thick, but everything else is drawn with a fine line. I guess I'm just not a fan of these squarish yet round eyes. My copy of Blue Drop didn't come with an English dub. It only had Japanese audio with English subtitles. The thing is, there is an English dub for this anime. However, that dub can only be found in a later print of the series. If you have bought older anime titles from Sentai FILMWORKS, you might be familiar with this weird formula they have of releasing a show with subtitles only at first, and then a year or so later, they have a new release of the same show, now with an English dub. As a fan of English dubs, I can't tell you how frustrated I have been over the years with Sentai FILMWORKS for doing this. Sorry about that, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Back to my amazing review of Blue Drop. Once again, it's hard to critique actors speaking a language that I really don't understand. Having said that though, I thought the Japanese actors sounded insincere or were overacting their dramatic scenes. At least nobody's voice drove me insane with a cutesy voice, but I did feel sleepy from everyone's performance. Speaking about sleepy, the music here felt like it was trying to put me asleep. If somebody played a track from the OST right now, I probably wouldn't recognize it. It was extremely forgettable to me. The opening and ending were just as bad. To me, an anime opening should get the viewers pumped up for the episode they're about to watch. Yet, the show starts off with a really slow ballad that fits better more as an ending. And the ending is a more upbeat song, which would fit better as the show's opening. And just like everything else in the show, everything's backwards. If it isn't obvious, I didn't really care much for this show. The plot was predictable, nonsensical, and lacked proper character development. The characters were generic as heck, the animation was far below average, and the CG ships were ugly to look at. The art and character designs were unappealing to my eyes, the background music was forgettable, and the opening and ending didn't make any sense. What can I say? I just didn't like this anime. Based on my own taste and preferences, I give Blue Drop a 1 out of 5 and a recommendation to skip it. If you like this show, that's perfectly fine as well. Personally, it just wasn't my cup of tea. If you really want a high school Yuri story with some random sci-fi in it, then this show might be for you. For everyone else, I say avoid this anime. But hey, that's just my opinion. Have you seen Blue Drop? What did you think of it? Please leave your comments below. Well, that about concludes my anime review today. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to give me a thumbs up by clicking the like button. And if you want to keep up to date with all my video reviews, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, Rayden Reviews, where I plan on having many more reviews of video games and anime. If you're into social media and you want to hear my thoughts about the latest geek news, you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and find me on Instagram. I will provide links for all these social medias in the description below. I look forward to our future nerd discussions. Thanks for watching. I was Rayden, and I'll see you guys again when the sun rises out.